I'm Paul Maxted, Director of Industrial Metrology Applications at Renishaw plc based in the UK. Renishaw is a global technology company. We're basically a low volume, high variety manufacturer, so we have to make lots of new products all the time. Manufacturers today have to be much more flexible in the way that they manufacture parts. We've embedded lots of our best practice into the Siemens NX platform through process templates. It's allowed us to significantly reduce the quality costs to the business. We're running at scrap levels of less than 1%. It's also allowed us to minimise the number of experts that are required to keep the processes running. So 2 to 3 people looking after 43 machines per shift, allows us to significantly reduce demand on skills and labour costs in the factory. There's a big demand to increase the productivity of factories through the implementation of handling systems, of robots, and automation requires the incorporation of technology to eliminate the intervention, the measurements, the decision making that's being made by skilled people. We don't have the time-served tool makers and experts around CNC machine shops that we used to have. Technology is now starting to play a part to help manufacturers to increase the level of capability and precision without those skilled people. Product demand is increasingly customer driven, and also the design tolerances that are required in products are changing more frequently than ever before through things like legislation, emissions targets and such like, means that we're going to have to make more and more precise products going forward. Siemens NX allows us to do that very, very efficiently. Our design teams for the various products that Renishaw manufacture use NX CAD as the solid modelling platform. They design all the component parts and they also import all the proprietary parts that may be bought as part of those assemblies. That platform gives us the opportunity to work in a concurrent engineering environment where designers, our manufacturing engineers, our assembly engineers, our purchasing people can collaborate and all access the design, so the design is very fluid. These solid models are then passed over to the manufacturing engineering teams, and within the NX CAM part of the system we've created standard templates for our machining processes. We're taking data points on solid models straight through to the probing routines that we generate. So for that particular class of machines, we're not generating traditional drawings. The designer adds data points onto the model on critical features which he's discussed with the manufacturing engineer, and that's what we then use to control those processes in the factory. Teamcenter allows us to hold a single source of reference for product manufacturing, so there's no questions then about whether you're being asked to make the right issue level, whether the program, it just makes all that invisible to us and it makes it automatic. It enables this concurrent engineering environment where various people and teams and functions are working on the solid model all at the same time. It's also allowed us to automate and simplify the tasks of creating new processes for our CNC machines. The incorporation of all this within the Siemens NX platform has allowed us to make the whole task of developing new products much easier as an organisation. The next real step for us is to start to feed back the real life data from our processes on the shop floor and start feeding that back into the planning stage of the process. So we can create new processes, we can optimise on an ongoing basis, so reusing what's really happening in the world to feed back to our design community to say, okay, these are the tolerances we can achieve, or we're getting better, we need to check more, we need to make more measurements, so we can continuously refine and optimise the processes that we develop for the factory.